Hi Scorpio, welcome to your January reading. Apologies for the delay. New Year's Eve takes me a long time to recover from, and I really couldn't tell you why. It's not like I go out or do anything crazy, I just need to recover. 10 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck is you. 4 of Wands underneath that, one more, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, we're getting straight to it, so let's get straight to it. Oh, Ace of Swords underneath that. Okay, all right. So first up, it's all about your relationships. Significant others, family, friends, pets, everyone is included. And what is it that they all have in common? The fact that they're getting stung by you. Congrats, everybody. You've all got that mark now, where Scorpio lost their temper and did or said something to you that scarred you so bad that you can't seem to get over it. Well, in January, Scorpio has to either explain, answer, tell you bluntly that they don't care your feelings are hurt, etc. We'll get to it. Okay. Next up, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. To go from the happy home to the abandoned, you left me out in the cold, I can't believe that I've had to leave our happy home. To go from one to the other is a huge drastic change and usually involves a new mindset. What is itching me? Oh, it's my hair. A new mindset. And also, you've got to have the guts to let go. If you are not happy in your living arrangement, you're not going to be able to keep it to yourself. But I advise you, as strongly as I possibly can, that you choose your words carefully. Because not only are you having to answer for things you've said in months gone by, but you're also running the risk of saying new things that will then take an enormously long time to heal again. What does it say here? The first thing I have written down in your notes is find your part in it. Whatever has been going on and continues now that is giving you stress, it's agitating you, things are not going the way you want. What's your part in it? What did you do? Because we can't live in this world. I mean, listen, we all live in a world where we adore you. That's a given. But we can't live in this world where we're going to pretend that nothing is your fault ever. So this isn't about blame, though. I'm not saying what was your fault. I'm saying what was your part in it. How did you contribute to the situation and what ended up happening? That's going to give you a pretty good idea of whether or not you need to apologize or be really mad or both, because that is also possible. You can apologize for your part in things and still have a healthy sense of righteous indignation, which leads us to the Ace of Swords. You're allowed to cut people off. You're also allowed to evolve, expand your mind, forgive people. There's no finality in January the way you want it. You want to be able to say things and be like, okay, that's what it is. And if you're not going to deal with it, then I'm out. But the Ace of Swords is like, okay, you could just as easily just change your mind and come to a much more fair conclusion about what it is that's going on, especially in your interpersonal relationships. Because what's happening is as of the 8th of January, Mars moves into Taurus right across from you, right? So what that means is all of your relationships are charged with this Mars energy that wants to just go, go, go. And it doesn't understand that you're not a go, go, go type of person. You're not a bull, you're not a ram, you're a venomous insect, right? So your go, go, go is sting, sting, sting. And that is problematic for everyone around you, but forget them, it's problematic for you. So, dear Scorpio, temperance. Temperance in what? In your self-sabotaging behavior, in the things that you know you do and say that harm you. Step away from the Venom. And then the Two of Wands, that irritating sentiment of there is a better way to handle this. You know that, right? You know that if you wanted to, actually, you could solve things pretty easily. But it would require a humility from you that a lot of you just can't seem to muster. It's not that you don't know it, because you see other people display that humility in front of you all the time. It's not that you don't know it. It's that you haven't ever embodied it. You've only seen other people do it towards you. But in January, you're hurting feelings, man, and hurt feelings from the past are catching up with you, and the chaos of it, it's like hurt feelings from the past make people want explanations, which makes you want to hurt their feelings more, which just adds to the chaos, and now they're doubly hurt, and now you're doubly confused and feel attacked because why are you getting upset at me about things that happened before? This is now. And they're like, what do you mean? You're still doing it now. Oh my God, can you tell how many times I've been there? Ooh, you think they're playing games with you, but they're not playing games. They're trying to help you with something generational. They're trying to help you break a pattern that you saw growing up, a pattern that comes to you from your caregivers when you were a child, a pattern that is not all the way wholesome and probably has some toxic elements. They're trying to help you break from that pattern and develop a sense of your own happiness without those toxic settings. Why are you just talking to us? Other people are toxic too. People did this, people did that. I know what they did. I'm not saying it's all you. I'm saying that there's a lot of people who want to sabotage you. Don't give them the opportunity. There's a lot of people who want to compete with you. Don't give them an in to your weakness. There's a lot of people who want to push you to act on impulse. See, okay, there's a lot of people out there who are actually the bad guy, but they know how to play you so well that they're just going to push certain buttons, and then you're going to be the bad guy, and then it's going to take you months, years, weeks, depending on the relationship, to recover from now being seen as the bad guy. The people will come back around. They'll realize that somebody played you and got you all worked up, but how much time are you going to waste in the interim? And if you're in the midst of a relationship right now, or in the midst of trying to get into a relationship or out of a relationship, is this the time that you want to be baited? Is this the time where you want your impulsivity to be used against you? I would say no. I would say no. What is this? I have like lint or something. Maybe it's on my glasses. Okay. So, the other thing I have written down, and I see it very clearly here, is that this ends up being about your reputation, the amount of money that you're able to make. Those two things are directly proportional to the wounding that you cause. So you know how many times I'll say to you, be nice this month, because you don't want your karma coming back to you. You have so many good things coming up. You don't want your karma failing you. This is one of those times where if you wound someone, it's not like there's going to be this long protracted amount of time before it comes back to you and then you're like, ow, I'm paying for it. It's going to be immediate. Your reputation is going to take hits. Your money is going to take hits. Your relationship is going to take hits. Because if you know you're being unfair, just admit it, apologize. And if you've apologized a million times and they still don't seem to get it, understand that somewhere in them, it's not that they're mad and they just don't want to let up, or they don't want to forgive, or they've found an excuse to be mad forever. It's not that. It's that venom, it's sitting inside them. Like the only time I've ever been stung, right? I was stung by a wasp, but never been stung by anything. I was really afraid of getting stung because I had no idea what the sensation would be like. And because it never happened, I was like, I was doubly afraid. And then a wasp stung my pinky finger. And the thing that stayed with me most was that as the venom worked, or the poison, or I guess it's venom, as it worked itself into my bloodstream, I could feel it. I could feel the liquid as if it was a sharp object, a sharp burning object that was being pushed into my finger. And so you have to realize that to you, it's liquid. It doesn't hurt you. It's a part of you. It's as natural for you as blood. But when you inject that venom into others, it is like a knife that cuts, and it continues to cut. That was the interesting thing about the sting, was that it wasn't just this momentary, ow, something has stung me, which is what I thought it was going to be. The sting itself wasn't even relatively that bad. It was the venom and the way it cut through my bloodstream, and I could feel it all the way through, and it was just so uncomfortable. And it's the kind of pain that you can't get away from. It's something that's not on the surface, so you can put a salve on it, or water, or something to lessen the pain. You can't, we have instinctual habits, things we do when we're hurt. We rub at the pain, or someone kisses our wound, or something happens and we're like, okay, some sort of comfort. But when the pain is inside and it's moving around, it's like there's nowhere to go. What do? I can't get away from it. There's nothing I can do on the outside to soothe it. No one can see it, but this is hurting me continuously. So if there is someone in your life that is trying desperately right now to communicate to you, hey, you really, really, really hurt me, January is that month where you go, okay, you know what? I think sometimes I don't realize myself how painful the things I say are. And even though I was right and I had a point, I shouldn't have said it the way I said it, and I'm sorry. And this is going to take you as long as it's going to take you to understand or realize that I am really sorry. And the venom that's working through you, it's not because I'm still at the other end pushing it in there. It's just in you now, and it's going to take you time to get rid of it. And I respect that. And I respect what you're going through. And once again, I'm sorry, and I'm out, because I'm also not going to stay here and take all sorts of, badgering, emotional abuse, whatever you want to call it, because you haven't healed from something that we were both doing to each other. See, a lot of times Scorpio is the bad guy because you're the one who brings a gun to a knife fight. Like, you hurt me, so I should be able to hurt you. They hurt you and you kill them. Which, as a Gemini, I completely understand. As a Cancer rising, I understand it even more. If anything, I think Cancer risings are a bit more brutal, to be honest, than Scorpios are, because you guys still have a heart. Cancers, once that part of them is cut off, they've got no feeling whatsoever. So I get it. But you've also got to get that person was trying to get into a knife fight with you, which in and of itself is disrespectful. So maybe they deserve the gun, but that's not the point. I've been watching a lot of Godfather, sorry. But you just got to get to the point, if we're talking about Godfather, let's talk about that. You got to get to the point where you leave the gun and you take the cannoli. Leave the gun. It's enough now. People have been hurt. There's been a lot of drama every which way, all these different people, and they have these opinions. And I'm not saying you got to pander to everybody. I'm not even saying you have to apologize to everybody, but understand that your reputation and the financial gains you can acquire in 2021 are being molded in January by people's opinions of you. So no messing up, no coarse words, no off-the-cuff remarks, no playing down or diminishing other people's pain. We want to be really respectful. We want to be extremely aware of how powerful we are and how powerful our words are and how powerful that venom is. We want to be aware of how that venom works in other people, and we want to respect their process. What that's going to do is it's going to give you a healthy distance from people too, because when you want something from someone and they're not cooperative, or they're giving you a hard time, or they're not being upfront with you, you can get on them. You can have a tendency to really ride them, right? You don't want to do that. You want to be in this position where you go, you know what? I respect it. You got it. I'm going. And see what they do. You really have to. And between the 18th and 22nd, you shouldn't see anybody. You shouldn't see anybody between the 18. What I have written down is no meetings. No meetings. Go out there and live a little bit. I know Mars in Taurus is going to make you want results. That's the worst part, is that people are healing. They want to talk to you about their feelings. They want to talk to you about your temper. They want to talk to you about your words. Meanwhile, you're over here like, I don't care about any of this. I want results. And they're like, see, this is kind of what we mean when we say, listen, be magnanimous. Yes, I hear you. Oh, I didn't understand it was that bad. Oh my gosh. Let me think about that a little bit. Be as magnanimous as possible, because ultimately what it comes down to is not their feelings or what they want or what you can get from them. This is about you, which is why I know you'll understand what I'm saying. This is about you. This is about your reputation. This is about your ability to make money. This is about your standing in society and amongst your peers and colleagues. That's what this is about. Everything else right now is secondary. Why? Well, to be perfectly honest, because it's made itself secondary. If there was someone extremely important in your life that was more important than your work and your finances, they wouldn't be pulling this bullshit with you in the first place. Now I'm acting like you. I'm sorry. It's just that that's true, right? So make sure that you're doing the things that I'm saying, not because you want someone else to be happy with you, not because you're going to get results, but because you want to maintain, protect, but also nurture what you have going on for yourself. The rest of this stuff, you know, they're getting lucky. They're getting lucky that they're getting time to heal and you're being understanding because you have to worry about this other thing that's important. If this other thing wasn't coinciding right now and it wasn't about your work and your reputation and that wasn't on the chopping block, then let them feel how they want and they can sort themselves out or stop being babies. But right now they get some reprieve because you have something else you need to do. So allow them that. Let them have fun with it. They want to whine, let them whine. Be uncharacteristically understanding. Oh my God, yeah, that hurt your feelings. Yeah, you told me a million times, but here we are again. Cool, I'm listening. You know, let them do it. All they want to do anyway is just somehow impart to you how bad you hurt them. And let me tell you a little secret. The reason people like to do this with you is because on some level they can't understand or even believe how bad you hurt them because they didn't think it was possible. You would think they would learn. I love you. Let's look at these cards. Mwah. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to the second part of your reading. All right, so here we go. Let's start with that 10 of Pentacles. Mars moves into Taurus, and everything that has to do with your relationship with other people's, with other people is brought into question. If you sense there are games, disengage. If you feel like where you are living is no longer suitable for you, leave. Leave before it turns into a situation someone's asking you to leave. Okay? That's 2. If you feel like the situation that you are in, relationship-wise, living-wise, friendship-wise, is one where you are constantly being criticized for being how you are and everything ends up being your fault, leave. You don't have to leave the relationship, but leave the environment. After that, you can sort yourself out, but it's very hard to do that for you, especially when you're immersed in something, right? So now we come to that 5 of Pentacles and that Ace of Swords. There are a lot of people that wish they could hurt you back the way you hurt them, but unfortunately for them, they don't have the words. They do, however, have the words to let you know how much you've hurt them and how hard it is for them to get over it. Now, if this was any other month, I would say, you know what? They're too soft. They can't handle it. That's their problem. Let them go. But these are people that are really important to you. So there's a little bit of growing and stretching that Scorpio has to do as well here. All you've really got to do is admit that even though you've used that stinger quite a lot in your life, you don't actually know what it feels like. So when other people tell you how much you've hurt them, believe them, even if it's hard for you to fathom. To that point, let's move on to Temperance and the Three of Cups. January is all about showing you where you sabotage and limit yourself with your behavior and your words. It's irritating that it's Sag that comes up, because Sag has learned things you haven't learned yet, right? They're one step ahead of you in the zodiac. They've figured out that venom is best used at the tip of an arrow that can be shot far, far away from themselves. The thing about you is you've got to get pretty close to hurt bad. It's a much more personal type of murder. It's up close. It's a knife, not an arrow. Temperance here is saying back up a little bit. Back up and give yourself a bit of an overview. Take a look at that Three of Cups behavior. What is it for you? For most of you, spoiler alert, it's that venom itself. It's the addiction to watching people crumble under the pain of it. Now, I'm not saying that in any way to be judgmental and painting you out to be bad people. It's just the truth. Anyone who has the kind of power that you have, there's going to be a certain percentage of you that are corrupted by it. That's just what power does. And Temperance wants you to stand back and take a look at it. Now, this may actually embody itself as a Sagittarian in your life who's pointing these things out to you. No less annoying. But the point remains. These are things, Two of Wands, that you absolutely have to get past. For what? Well, to get past your own generational issues, things you picked up from your parents, which are highlighted in January in your astrology. But more than that, so you can get past it, so you can get to the fun part, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, contentment, happiness, togetherness. All that very normal stuff that you weirdos love so much. And that's really the point. Most of the month you're going to spend being villainized, which is ironic because you're so normal. The things that you want are not these out of this world extreme things. You want the most normal of things: love, devotion, trust, honoring your promises, keeping your word. It's not that outlandish. And yet, for the first half of the month, people are making you feel like you're absolutely out of line for wanting it. But again, it's not because you want something. It's the way you react when you don't get it. It's the way you react when people play games with you. It's the way you react when the reaction is deserved. And yet still in January, you're villainized for it. So what do? You're going to fight with everybody? No. You going to pander to everybody? No, you don't have to do that either. All you got to do is give them space. Do it the way like the nice people do it. I'm going to hold this space for you while you heal. Try to make it sound more believable than that. Try to make it sound believable. But yeah, give them that space. And also, like I said, all joking aside, you don't know how it feels. Even if you've been hurt by another Scorpio before, you still don't know how it feels. You got stung by venom, well, it's already running through your veins. You'll never know how it feels to just be an innocent human walking along, or an innocent animal of some kind walking along, and then all of a sudden, you effed up and you didn't even know it. But it's too late now, right? That's the thing about you guys. It's too late. By the time you figure out you messed up, it's too late. It's too late. You've already been stung. The venom's already running through your veins. You don't know what to do. You can't get away from it. It's too late. And I think for a lot of people, that's the rub. It's not just that you hurt them. It's just that you hurt them so fast. They didn't have a chance to react. They didn't have a chance to protect themselves. They feel weakened by you. Do you know how hard that is on the ego? To feel weakened by somebody and all they did was use words? It's a lot. And trust me, they really want to come out of the woodwork and let you know how much it is. It's a lot. But you know what? On that openness, on that pain, on that honesty and understanding and space, you can plant some great seeds. You can attract a lot of abundance. All you gotta do is listen to them. Oh, really? That's how you feel? I'm sorry. Yeah, I can totally see how it's going to take you a while to get over it, but I'm not that worried about it because, and this is the very important part that you must remember in January, you don't have to worry too much about that venom. It will in time work itself out of their being because you have something just as powerful as venom. The venom being the negative, the love being the positive. Right? Depending on how you charge it up, that same energy can be the most loving that anyone's ever experienced. So you hit them with both. You got the venom, now I'm going to give you the love. In this case, the love they need is for you not to be obsessed with them, not to be all over them, not to be blowing up their phone, not to be reading their mind. What they need is for you to understand that their ego is hurt. And they need time to trust you again. Oh, trust me. It's other people that aren't trustworthy. I'm the most trustworthy. I'm the most loyal. I don't mean trustworthy in that way. I mean time to trust that you won't hurt them like that again. That. You got it? Good. I love you. We're going to get into the extended right now. We're going to shuffle through for each card, and then we're going to ask some general questions about exes, all of that. That extended is available on Vimeo and also instantly. If you're interested in a personal reading, a recorded one about 7 to 10 minutes long that's sent to you, there's a Cameo link below. And there's also video chat one-on-one live readings, but there's only 4 a week on Tuesdays. That link is below. There's a Lunar New Year guided meditation on February 12th. That link is below. These are the Revolution rings. Photos and links to buy are below as well. Or you could just go to www.ambercon.com, which is the first link, and you'll find it all there. Oh, and if you like daily horoscopes, check out the Instagram and come join the Rev Fam. We're super fun. We're very supportive. And yeah, the daily astrology is a trip. All right, Scorpio, let's get into this extended right now. Love you.